Do a high horsepower. I'm talking 700 to 800 horsepower, crazy good off-road suspension. What's up guys, Salty Crouton here. Welcome back to the channel. I got an exciting video for you, or at least I think it's exciting. I'm excited. I did what I told you in a video probably 4 or 5 months ago that you should not do right now, and that is buy a new truck in 2025. I did get a new truck. It is not a 2025, it is a used truck. For those people that watch that video and subscribe to my channel because they like my first gen Tundra, don't be alarmed. We have another first gen Tundra that we are going to be doing content with on the channel 100%. And basically in that video I said how the 4.7 liter V8 is the most reliable engine ever made essentially, and that if you're going to buy a truck, why not buy something super old and reliable like this that's way less expensive. However, I didn't do that. I did exactly what I told you guys not to do. I went and got a newer truck. This truck is a 2019, it's 6 years old. I did a lot of research and a lot of deliberation in deciding what truck I should get. I'm going to reveal it to you here in just a minute. And basically, all new trucks nowadays have a lot of very common issues. If you read about them online, all you're going to do is find problems. People that have good, reliable trucks aren't going and posting about it on the internet. It's always the people that have issues that are going and posting about it on the internet. So you got to take all that with a grain of salt. Now, do I think this truck is more reliable than my 4.7 liter V8 first generation Tundra? No, probably not. You know, I had expectations that that truck could go 500,000 miles easy, and I don't have the same expectations for this truck. But that's okay, because I drive like 10,000 miles a year, give or take. So if I put 50,000 miles on this thing in 5 years and then it's paid off, it's still not going to have a ton of miles on it. I'm still going to be super comfortable with the reliability of it at that point. And we have really big plans for this truck. I mean, like, tons of ideas, so many things. I want to do high horsepower. I want to do wheels, tires, all sorts of things. But without further ado, I'm going to show you the truck, and here it is. We got ourselves a 2019 F-150 4x4. It has the 5.0 liter V8 Coyote engine Lariat package. Okay, if you're watching this right now and you're wondering, why did you get that truck? Basically, to do a real quick summary, 5.3 GM, active fuel management, lifters, kind of trash. All the new issues with the 6.2 liters right now. Didn't like it. 3.5 EcoBoost, turbos, cam phasers. Really got to be up to date on maintenance, and when I'm buying a used truck like I did here, didn't feel comfortable with that. And then Toyota, their brand new trucks, the twin turbo ones, obviously they have had issues. I think they've got it solved, but just not the biggest fan of those new Toyotas. I do like the 5.7 liter Tundras, but when I tell you what my plans are for this truck, you will know why I decided to go with this one. I really like the 2.7 liter EcoBoost from what I've read. Super stout, super strong, bulletproof engine, overbuilt. You can't find any forums online with people having problems with the 2.7 liter EcoBoost. However, I decided to go with the 5 liter Coyote because I want to put a Whipple on this thing and I want to make it super, super sick. All right. Basically, my plans for this truck is I want to do, for you guys on the channel, if you're interested in this, drop a comment below, tell me yes, please do that. I basically want to do like a budget Raptor R type build, right? Can you get a used 5 liter, put a Whipple on it, make it 700 horsepower, put a really good off-road suspension on it, and do it for half the price, if not more than half the price of what a Raptor R cost. And then I feel like it'd be awesome if I could manage to figure out how to do it and put this truck head to head up against an actual $120,000 Raptor R and do battles, off-road, drag racing, whatever it is we could think of, whatever it is you guys want to see, budget Raptor R versus real Raptor R. I think that would be sweet. So please drop a comment below. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you want to see that? Even if you don't want to see it, I still really want to do it because I want a 700 horsepower daily driver pickup truck with 4-wheel drive. I feel like that would be freaking awesome. I will go around now and show you guys the truck. Basically, like I said, 2019 Lariat. There is different models of Lariat, right? So this is kind of the more basic Lariat. I don't have like the LED headlights. I don't have 20-inch wheels. I don't have a sunroof. However, this thing is super clean. Nicest interior I've ever had in a truck, by none. We got full leather. We got air-conditioned seats. Got the column shifter. And just an overall super nice truck. I'm super excited to be able to take my family in this truck and go on road trips. You know, we're going to North Carolina in just about a month or so here, maybe a month and a half. And just being able to load them up in a nice truck with a big back seat, super comfortable, and the fact that I feel like they're going to be really safe in this truck. This truck obviously has really high safety ratings compared to a 2004 Toyota Tundra. If something were to happen, God forbid, I will be way more comfortable with my kids in their car seats in the back of this truck than in the, you know, 21-year-old truck or whatever it was. A couple things I am worried about is obviously the 10R80 transmission. If you read up about those, they do have problems. But I was just driving on the highway today. I was getting 20 miles per gallon in a V8 pickup truck. There's obviously pros and cons to everything in this life, especially new trucks. However, from what I have been reading on the 10R80, supposedly that's like 1% of the trucks have issues. And, you know, in 2019, I'm pretty sure Ford sold like 3 million of these trucks. So that is a lot of trucks. I've put 700 miles on this truck so far. Not a lot. Seems to be running flawlessly. 2019s do have oil consumption issues. I have checked my oil. I have had no oil consumption in my first 700 miles. Granted, 700 miles is not a lot. I get it. But that is something we'll be keeping our eye on. And the oil consumption issues on these trucks really aren't a big deal. It's just a breather, and then it gets pulled back through, kind of recirculates, and it gets burned off in the pistons. So things like a catch can, there's a TSB from Ford that could fix that issue supposedly, or help it at least. I am going to be going to a heavier weight oil because this truck recommends 5W20. And if you do any research on why 5W20 is recommended in these new trucks, it is strictly for fuel efficiency. It's like an EPA nonsense. It makes the truck more fuel efficient. I'm fine with getting like 0.2, 0.3, maybe even a half a mile worse fuel economy, but having oil in there that I know is lubricating and protecting my engine better and is going to set it up for reliability. All right, so getting on underneath this truck here, you can see frame is extremely clean. This was a Florida truck. I have never had a truck this new or this clean in my life. I'm obviously very excited. We also have already ordered lift kit, and we have got new wheels and tires for this thing. That is going to be the next video. There it is. The naturally aspirated, no turbo, standard 5.0 liter V8, built strong. This thing can make 700-800 horsepower, stock block, stock bottom end, stop heads. Did I say stop heads? Stock heads. And that is what we want to do with this thing. We want to have fun with it. We want to build it out for the channel. We want you guys to come along for the ride and see what you can do to this truck and what you can do somewhat on a budget when comparing it to a brand new truck or a Raptor R. Granted, 2019, 100,000 miles, this truck was $25,000. Is $25,000 cheap? To me, absolutely not. That is a ton of money. However, when comparing it to what a brand new 2025 Lariat with this engine would be, that's like what, 60, 70 grand? When comparing it to that, yes, I think it's cheaper, right? And it's in my price range. Put a little money down, doable payments. Look at the John boat over here, just sitting nice. We gotta take this thing fishing soon, make some fishing videos. If you wanna see that, drop a comment. I need to get a new antenna on here, the actual antenna. I put it under the seat. I didn't like it, all big, flopping around. Looking in the back here, we have the toolbox that was in my first gen Tundra. We do probably want to get a new one because that thing's looking pretty raggedy back here. I also have painted it once already. The paint on this thing was really faded before. I repainted the top of it, and it bought me a solid 2 years, I think. And then now Florida Sun has gotten to it once again, and it's faded. So going from my 4.7 liter V8 Tundra to this truck, this thing absolutely rips. So much faster, so fun to drive. Click that little button, put it in sport mode. She gets going. And I can only imagine what these things feel like with a Whipple on it. I haven't seen a ton of content on like crew cab Whipple trucks on YouTube. Obviously the single cab thing is really blowing up. It's gotten really popular. But man, do I think like a budget Raptor R build on this truck would be super cool content. And I feel like it'd be something that people are interested in watching, because a lot of people watching, they're like me, they have kids. They can't just have a single cab fun race truck, right? Can they have a super fun family truck? Yeah, I think so. So a little sneak peek of the next video. We got the wheels and tires over here. that's a little sneak peek of the next video. Hit subscribe if you want to see what we're doing wheels and tires wise on this truck. One thing we have done already is we tinted the windows. We did a 35% windshield, and then we did 15% here. And right now it's not looking that dark with all the light behind it, kind of being in the shade with the light behind it, but it's actually pretty dark. We did 50% to match the 15%. It gives it a super clean look. You know, I've always been a 5% all around with a 35% on the windshield, but I'm getting a little bit older. I'm tired when I back up to my trailer at night having to roll down my windows, or just back up in general at night and having to roll down my windows. With this right here, super clean look. Don't have to roll down my windows. I can see, feels safer. Don't feel like I'm at risk of just running into a biker riding in the middle of the road or anything. I could see out fine at night. For example, let's go check out the other side. It'll probably look darker over here. Oh yeah, definitely darker from this side. So plenty dark for me, but still can see out at night perfect. So it's a 35% windshield, 15 on the front, 50 on the factory glass. Because the factory glass comes 20%, and then you throw the 50 on top, makes about a 15. We also did floor mats in the truck. We did knockoff WeatherTechs from Amazon. And those things are nice, man. So I've had knockoff Amazon ones. I spent the big money in my Tundra and I got WeatherTechs. And now I went back off to the Amazon knockoff floor mats, and I see absolutely no difference. The floor mats for this truck were $89. WeatherTechs that are the exact same thing for this truck were $250. I'm telling you, I have had both. There is no difference. I'm serious. There is absolutely zero difference. I would say the only positive thing to WeatherTechs is I'm pretty sure, 99% sure, they are made in the United States. And if you have the money to spend and support things that are built in America, I 100% recommend doing that. However, I'm in my 20s, I have 2 kids, I don't have a lot of money, so I couldn't do it. I wanna know what you guys think. I wanna know what you guys wanna see. Please drop a comment. That's gonna do it for the end of this video. Hit subscribe if you wanna see this thing become a 700 to 800 horsepower monster. And hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Drop a comment, tell me I'm an idiot for buying a Ford if that's what you believe. If you like the truck, drop a comment, tell me how much you like it. Thank you for watching. Till next time, Salty Croutons out.